Today we're going to be making some gorgeous and super easy shaker cards. Hello and welcome to Debbie J's Crafting Corner. I'm Debbie and each week I show you how you can create awesome cards and other crafty projects. Because if I can make it, you can too. So go ahead and smash that like button and be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. You'll also want to check out TaylorMadeCards4U's monthly challenge. There's a link to the challenge below for you to get all of the details. We will have a new theme each month, but the challenge is anything goes. And this month's prize is a $10 gift code from TaylorMadeCards4U. You'll also find a discount code over there for 20% off of your digital order from TaylorMadeCards4U. Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today I am back with another design team project for TaylorMadeCards4U. This time we're going to be using the Vintage Text Labels Set 1 from TaylorMadeCards4U's shop. There's going to be a link down in the description below, and be sure to go ahead and check out her blog as well, her challenge blog, because you know that she also has a discount code over there. With this, there's a lot of cool little vintage-y text sayings that I decided to go ahead and print this out on some label paper. This is vintage text labels, so I decided to print this out onto some label paper and then cut it out with my Scan and Cut. So now I'm going to have a couple of pages of stickers, and I'm going to frame it closer and see if I can get it right on the paper only. That might give me a better result. Let's see what happens. Okay, that looks a little better. I'm still going to change the colors. When you have low colors, it's only looking for those few. I'm going to go ahead and increase it all the way up to 20, which is the maximum, and see if it can see those lighter colors that some of these stickers are. Okay, now that looks really, really good. Let's go ahead and just zoom in a bit and make sure all of those look good. Even this guy over here looks good. This was one of the ones that was having problem being able to see. Only issue we have, looks like, is we've got a little bit extra over here. I mean, even this one at the bottom looks good. Let's zoom in on that one. And this is the way you can tell whether or not yours is going to, cut pretty much like it's supposed to. That one looks really good too. So next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add a little bit of an offset, because I'm never 100. This Scan and Cut has done awesomely. It usually cuts exactly where it says it's going to. My old one was always off a little bit, and I never did get it completely calibrated right. So I'm going to back up a second. I just added an offset line. I'm doing a 0.04, which is just a little sliver of white, similar to what you'd see on a die cut image. So we've got that. We also need to get rid of this little guy here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit, and I'm going to tap on it, and hopefully it'll get it. There we go, and then just hit the trash can, and it is gone. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, OK. Next, we're going to select how we're going to cut this. Now, since we're going to be cutting stickers, as on sticker paper, I need to have the half cut turned on. I've already got it basically set to what sticker paper machine can do, and I'm using one of those restuck mats. This one is the one that I used with the contact paper, so I've had a little bit of trial and error to get this right, but this should cut perfectly. I am going to go ahead though and do a test cut anyway, just to be on the safe side. So what it did is it added this little triangle here, so I need to move it. I think I'm going to go just above that last sticker and just below the one before, because that'll be easier for me to reach. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can make sure I'm not overlapping any lines. And I just accidentally hit this. This navigation part is for the actual triangle. This one is for the page. So I need to move that guy back up a little bit. Actually, I think I've got more room there. So I'll go ahead and move him over there. And hit OK, and hit OK, and then hit start, and it's going to cut that little tiny triangle. Try to just do this without the weeding tool. Okay, you can see that it is lifting up. So I say that that is a good cut. I'm going to burnish this down a little bit again, and then I'm going to go ahead and say start. But I can't really make cards with just the stickers, so what I'm also going to be doing is I'm using the Textured Florals paper pack. Now this has got some very lovely, these are just some really pretty flowers. I love these papers. You can take a look at those there. We've got a lot of different roses. We've got some sunflowers. This is just a very lovely set, and it comes with 6 different papers. Okay, so everything is printed out, and you can tell that these are now stickers. I've got them all cut out with my Scan and Cut, which is awesome. For the papers, oh my goodness, they printed out so well on this paper. I absolutely love it. And I chose 4 different designs out of the 6, and I basically used my printer and told it to print it like it was printing photos. And these are 3.5 by 5. 3.5 by 5? 3.5 by... Yeah, I think it's 3.5 by 5. And then I went ahead and printed out 2 copies, mostly because I'm going to use one of them to do some layering. So I'm starting off by just cutting each of these pages down to 5.5 by 4.25. That will give me a lot of little panels to start off with, and also gives me a little wiggle room if I change my mind about what I want to do. So I'm going to start off with this lovely sunflower and these additional flowers here. What I want to do is I want to cut out basically the layer of these, cut the background kind of out of it. And this is detailed enough and has such detailed background that it would take multiple steps for me to try to get my Scan and Cut to do it. And I'm going to just try doing it with, cutting the paper freehand. Okay, so that is that piece pretty much done, and you can see you can layer it up right on top of the other panel. But before I do that, what I'm going to do, I am going to cut a piece out of here. So there's going to be basically a little window there, and you can see that my magic mat is pretty good and flat. I did go ahead and hit it with the heat tool earlier today. Actually, that was yesterday. And although I've done a little bit of cutting with it already today, it's working out great. It has not started to warp again yet. I'm going to get a little piece of washi tape and just want to make sure I leave a little bit of a border around there, so kind of centered on 2 edges. Okay. Tack that down right there and go ahead and run it through my Gemini Junior. Okay. Okay, so next what I'm going to be doing is creating a little bit of a window, and what I'm going to use for that, this is going to be cool. I'm going to do actually a shaker window, but I decided I'm going to use one of these pockets. Initially I was just thinking, cover the entire thing, and that would probably work good too, but I'm thinking this is strong enough, and I think it would work really good as the plastic instead of using acetate, and this is basically from a sheet protector. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut off that little bit that's welded together on one of these. And that should give me 2 pieces that are about the right size. So I'll go ahead and cut this last bit off, and that's done. And I think I may just leave a little wedge of white around it. That'll also give me a little bit extra space for my foam tape. So what I'm doing is this thumb guard here, the edge of it, if I line that up with the image, it will leave about I think it's about a 1/16 of an inch. So I'll go ahead and adhere that to my little frame. Burnish that down. And remove the backing. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim this off and line it right up with the edge of the card. So we're just going to get rid of that excess. Okay, so now we've got a perfect window. Okay, so this is the plan, but I also want to put a little bit of embellishment on the inside to start off with, because we've got all those fun little stickers. So let's see what I've got. We've got this one, the 1907 seed catalog. That would be kind of cool. Do I want that on the inside or the outside? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this sticker, I don't know what it says, but this sticker has a bunch of text on there, and I'm going to put that on the inside. So it's going to be like that. And then I think I'm going to put the seed catalog one. I'm going to put that up at the top and cover up that little bit there that I don't like. And then it's going to also be adhered to the plastic. And since this is a sticker, it'll stick on there, and we don't have to worry about anything that will or won't stick to the acetate, because it'll be fine. So that looks kind of cool. Maybe I will just leave it at that for these two. And I'll go ahead and add my foam tape. There, now we have no gaps. And I'm going to go just to a sequins this time around. Usually I use some seed beads. And of course I can't do this without making a mess, right? And it looks like I do need some more of those other colors. I'm almost out. What's real cool with this type of container is that you have to push the end in order for each of these pieces to unlock and open, which means that they stay locked. It's really unlikely for you to lose your stuff. One other thing I want to do so I don't have issues, I'm going to use my anti-static tool right around the edges. So hopefully the sequins won't get stuck on the adhesive. And this is always the hardest part for me, because my fingers get stuck on the I'm going to do it that way. My fingers always get stuck on the adhesive, so that means that when they do, I start pulling everything all over the place, and my sequins kind of go all over the place. So I'm going to line this one up this time, because I'm going to try to do it with the flaps. I have not tried that before, so wish me luck. But since this is the only part with the adhesive showing, it should work. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that corner down first, and that side. Those look like they're lined up good. Take that one off, take that one off. Make sure everything looks like it's lined up. It does. So let me get the rest of this adhesive backing pulled off. That's what we use pokey tool for, right? Okay. So the shaker part of my card is done. That is awesome. So the next thing that I want to do, I'm going to also put this on here. And that is going to give it just a little bit more dimension. I mean, the shaker bits are going to hide down behind my sunflowers. And this is another case where I should have done it before I got started. I should have trimmed everything down, all of the panels. And this one I'm actually cutting right on the edge of the color, right on the edge of the image. And now I just need to use some of my art glitter glue. I'm not going to glue everything down. I think I'm going to leave a few little pieces so that they can pop up a little bit. And then line it up right on top of our other image. And now we've got this flower that is actually kind of hanging over part of that seed catalog sign. Yes, that's perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and just use my dot liner adhesive for this part. And kind of sort of center that in there. And I also went ahead and cut out of the extra wood grain part. I cut a couple of hearts out, and I think those are going to go on the inside because I don't want to cover up those pretty flowers. Plus the inside, I don't always decorate the inside, but I think this is going to look kind of cool. Just one on each corner there. And then I can put a sentiment on the inside or on the outside for whatever occasion I want to use this for. But I think that turned out pretty nice. Oh, actually, I think I'm going to add a little bit of extra on there. I think I need a little something for those flowers. This is a sparkle pen. This is a jelly pen, a jelly roll sparkle pen. So I'm going to add a little bit of glitter. Just going to add a little texture in there. That actually looks kind of cool. I just love how this turned out, and I loved all of those papers so much I had to go back and make some more. So I've got now 4 real pretty little shaker cards. This one I used a heart die instead. These 2 have ovals, and they've got varying levels of dimension. So I popped some up, I didn't on others. On a couple of these I actually used those pockets from that sheet protector. I folded them in half, and that made it so much easier to work with, and created the pockets, adhered it to the front of this, and then adhered everything together. And they just turned out incredible. I absolutely love these, and I love all the little shaker bits. Anyway, that's finishing up my project for today. I hope that this inspires you to create something great, and I would love to see what you create. So come join my Facebook group, Crafting with Debbie, and show us your creations. I've left a link down below. And be sure to also check out all of the other crafters on the TaylorMadeCards4U design team. I know that they will have a lot of inspirational projects for you to see. Here are a couple more videos that I know you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. See you next time.